In this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh, I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, oh, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. I've been driving this train, Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, me is in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by.
Yes, good people, and welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another edition of the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well, and today we're here to talk about our win against, how do you pronounce it again? Panathinaikos. I think the AI makes it difficult for me. I've been saying that name for a while, though they've been, you could say, in obscurity for I don't know how long. But that's, by the way, pronunciation of their name is not important. We beat them. We did beat them on their own carpet, on our own terms. We played very well. Back to winning ways. Hopefully, we take that into the league in a few days. But I do hope you're all doing well. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I do hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you all finding the time to join me this particular morning. Hopefully, you can hear me. I had a lot of technical issues that I tried to sort out behind the scenes. And please keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We do have a total of 16 people, only 5 of those on YouTube. Hopefully that number will grow. We haven't streamed consistently, but we'll try our best. And as I've told you, forewarning that, yeah, my schedule will be everywhere until January once I complete my move to where I'm now willing to say right now. But that's, by the way. I appreciate you all. Without wasting much of your time, I'll say hello to those of you in the chat, and then we get to looking at some news items or some comments from former players and artists. Constantine, then, nice to see you, brother. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Lots of those comment there. Okay. Wow. The Mudryk haters that said that Stalin deserves to stay. I don't think a lot of people said Stalin deserves to stay. A lot of people didn't, you could say, lost belief maybe in Mykhailo Mudryk and was like calling for him to go out on loan. Some actually did believe the rumors out there at the time suggesting that the club will look to sell him come January transfer window. But in my opinion, I've always told people I don't think the club would sell him. If anything, the manager's trying to get into his head, and it just seems as if it's working. Him celebrating with the manager gave it away that they've been working together all this while, actually, for those that don't know. But we're nice to see you once again. I do hope you're doing well. And we have Ty in the house. Up big. Ty, I appreciate you finding the time to join me. I do hope you're doing well. I cannot thank you enough. It was a good game. We'll talk about that in a bit. And Willa, once again, thank you for joining us. What do we have here? I'm going to try to I'm gonna go to Vincent's X feed, a Twitter feed, formerly known as Twitter, but I still call it a Twitter feed, to see if there are interesting stuff there to look at. Not a lot. Not a lot has been happening, and I think we all do know that. So let's start looking at what we have there. I'm going to scroll up a bit to start from the very top. We're not going to be addressing everything, but if we see anything interesting, that we just rated. And this says Mudryk recorded a 17 out of 17 pass, which is 100% pass accuracy. As much as I know, Again, I watched the game and clearly he did well, but I don't go by pass accuracy because even if you pass backwards or sideways, um, yeah, and as long as the ball gets to the intended target, it counts as accurate as an accurate pass. But that's not me saying he's a bad player. I've always said he's a good player. If you know, if you follow me, and I get when a lot of people gave up on him. I've always preached that eventually he will come good. And Neto needs to impress off the bench and regain that super sub talismanic vibe about himself before getting picked to do so in night to do so 90 minutes. He's not quite there yet, and that's why I think he started in Premier League games. He started two Premier League games and didn't finish both. You could also see this. He's not quite there. We know how good he can be, but something I've seen that got me concerned. It looks like he's that sort of player up close. I'm learning that he's that sort of player that he needs space to be as effective as he can be. Without a lot of space for him to exploit, I don't think he'd do well in games. That's just my opinion at this point. And I'm not saying certainly that's the case. I'm seeing him up close. Wolves, we just you can say we get to watch their games every now and maybe watch them on occasions where he was um, brilliant, and then took that and run with it when we wanted to sign him. Up close now, I'm a bit concerned. Hopefully, my concerns don't come true. I'm really concerned, honestly. And we're rising here, the fans have been saying Mudryk is deserving of a loan. Yep, a lot of them did say that, especially when the rumors emerged from various sources suggesting that the club would look to send him out on loan in January, even sell him to that extent. But it's absolute nonsense, really. But there's a good player in him, and he will eventually come good, and we're seeing the signs. And actually, if anything, I'd argue that we didn't handle his start to life as a Chelsea player very well, and did lead to him experiencing a lot of issues on the pitch. On and off the pitch, maybe. Chelsea have named the youngest average starting 11 in the Premier League this season, 23 years, 23 years and 220 days. With 27-year-old Tosin Adarabioyo, the oldest player to appear for them in the 2024-2025 season. Amazing. Some interview with Didier Drogba. I'm going to go through that. Some of nothing, not too much out there actually to work with. But we're here, more importantly, to review the game. We'll get to that in a bit. I'm just stalling a bit to see if someone would join me on the panel so you get diversified opinion and not just listen to I alone waffle. Listen to me alone waffle maybe. Did you draw on Chelsea this season? First of all, I think the league is not easy. They will need to focus on the league and make sure that they perform because it is a very demanding one. But when you play at the highest level, you need to be ready for everything. And I think we're ready. We have a very good squad. I trust the manager. I get it. Every time you ask him how well he believes he would finish the season or where would finish at the end of where would be in the table at the end of the season, he always downplays it. I like it when people what's the language the term what I'm looking for here, under promise and overachieve. I think that's the correct way to phrase it. But that's, by the way, I'll come back. Let's keep it aligned. I don't, as much as I like to interact with you when you're in the chat, I don't it doesn't help to go back and forth topics, to switch topics like this. It can be exhausting. I'll get to you in a bit. Please be patient. DJ Drogba, when asked, DJ Drogba, I would have loved to have played in the Club World Cup. It is live, and that's how things are. It is one of my regrets. Actually, I was really happy to go to Abu Dhabi to watch Chelsea win it. Chelsea didn't get to play when we won after winning the Champions League in 2012. Okay, yeah, we didn't get to play there. DJ Trouble for me, again, continuing. It was also a great experience. I wish I was on the pitch with Romelu Lukaku, Antonio Rudiger, N'Golo Kante, and all the names he mentioned there. I mean, I wouldn't regret anything if I get it. I totally understand. Would it been, you can say, one more trophy to add it to his cabinet, but unfortunately, yeah, he wasn't there. Okay, Eddie Howe. Um, Eddie Howe on Enzo Maresca, I think he's very clever with what he does. He's got a clear view on how he wants a team to play, and he has stamped his authority on the team. They are already playing in the manner that he wants. So many again, lots of good things about Enzo Maresca. He's not bent on using a particular approach. He's I think we've heard that's according to one Leicester City player for every game. Is always trying to find a way to surprise the opposition. It does. He's not bent on approaching the game in a particular manner. He's you could say fluid in his approach, if that makes sense. Okay, Eddie Howe also here, Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe on stopping Cole Palmer. Cole's been excellent this season and last season. His numbers are very, very good. We're certainly aware of his strengths and what he brings to Chelsea. But again, they are one of those teams that if I don't want to expand that, so I don't think there's a lot of interesting stuff here to work with. Honestly, not so much is happening. So I'm going to move on from that. Nothing interesting. So let's hear from Constantin Dante. He's with me on the panel here, and I appreciate him finding the time to join me on the panel. Dante, let's hear your thoughts on the game overall. What did you learn from that game?
Yeah, big up, coach. Big up, everyone in the chat.
Big up, bro.
Yeah, great game to watch. Obviously, very comfortable. I think we, pretty much cruised through that game. We didn't really get out of second gear, sort of a little bit at the end there, maybe, but yeah, we cruised through the game, and yeah, great to see. A couple of different starters, more first team starters. And we did say, and I said that probably Cucurella might start just because he didn't play, and just we have so much size there, so he might probably start. And then Enzo as well might start over Cassidy, maybe just because again the same sort of reason and just for the balance. And look, those are the changes he did make. So yeah, but overall very happy. It was, like I said, a comfortable win. Uh, they played the Panathinaikos didn't have much patience. Our game plan was to draw them out, and they kind of fell for it. Unfortunately, fortunately for us, they fell for it. They came out. Did you see how Buddy Ashil and pretty much everyone was holding the ball, just waiting for the Panathinaikos players to start coming out, and they fell for it. They started pressing a little bit, and once they did that, we completely opened them up. And yeah, amazing game. Pretty easy game in the end for us, actually. But yeah, it was good to see Mudryk, probably the man of the match. Great performance. Neto, again, both of them really work well on those wings because they are a creative wingers. They like to create for others more. So yeah,
I'd
they did
say
a great
really
job.
that for me, Pedro Neto, he isn't quite there. I think he's still lacking. If you watch him, you'd know that he's not 100%. I'm not sure whether it's
What do you
the
think is
change of
missing?
club or maybe him being at a bigger club right now than he was. I'm not sure what the case is. I don't think we're seeing the Pedro Neto that played for Wolves, in my opinion. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Well, you're not going to see it straight away. That's because Wolves did play, counter-attacking football, completely different from what we play. Yeah, we sometimes here and there get counter-attacks, but predominantly we're in possession and we're on the front foot. Wolves were never like that. And when players like that played like that in that system for a long time, he did, and he excelled at it. There's a little adjustment to be made. Obviously, it's not exactly the same, but I still think he did extremely well. I think he did. I'm not sure what more. What more would you want from him? What don't you see there that you think he didn't do well,
I
or
think
what?
I'd have to look at his numbers. I think he's been awful in terms of completed dribbles. We check that, and I
No,
think
he's
that's
been
the
pretty good,
case.
coach. He's been
Yeah,
pretty good. He's one of our top ones, actually.
in terms of
Um,
dribble success rate.
Yeah, he's pretty good at
Pedro
that.
Neto.
He takes his man every time on. Every time
Honestly,
he gets
that
a
shows
chance.
you the importance. That shows you the importance of not relying on eye tests alone or maybe numbers alone. You need both because
Correct. Yeah.
my eyes tell me that yeah, he's been awful in terms of his dribble success rate. But again, that's that's my opinion anyway. Let's hear you. I'm going to look at Pedro Neto's numbers in a bit, but go ahead with
Well,
what you were saying.
even the goals and stuff, the way he accelerated, he got past his men, changed direction, perfect crossing, look his head up. That's one big thing I see quite a lot. His head's up. I did see that at the start, the first few games, his head was quite down, and that's just being used to playing at Wolves like that. He's him being the attacker basically and running into space and not having to worry too much about it. But now he's more of a creator, so he has to keep his head up, and he's been doing that really well. I think he's created so many chances for us every time he's come on and played. Literally,
And
he's come
he
on
does
15 minutes,
create
20
chances.
minutes.
He doesn't dwell on the ball too much in most cases. I'd have to agree with
No,
that. But
no,
go
and he's
ahead.
always looking for the man, for someone in the box. His head's recently been up all the time, looking around, and yeah, I think he's done actually extremely well. As for the limited time he's got, he did extremely well. The way he plays and the way he attacks his defenders, and just the overall work rate. He runs hard, he defends hard as well. He closes all the spaces. So yeah, I'm quite happy the way he's playing, and he's only going to get better.
Yeah, just give me 1 second here. What am I looking for here? What happened really? I'm missing something here.
Wrong
Um,
game.
yeah. Just give me 1 second. I don't know how this got mixed up. But that's by the way, Houston, I still think that yeah, he's lacking. Now, give me 1 second. What are my matches fixtures here? I want to open that game. I want to. I honestly, I'm serious about looking at Pedro Neto's numbers because my eyes tell me he's been awful. Honestly,
Awful. Come on, coach. Can't be
now,
awful. It hasn't been
let me not say maybe not awful, but I don't think he's done well in terms of his dribble completion rate, in my opinion. But
okay.
let's
So
see how well he did against
even the last game
Panathinaikos.
before
Go
that,
ahead.
he even against Liverpool, he came on. He was the number one on the field for the limited minutes he had for I think take-ons, dribbles, and also created chances. So like he's been doing that every time he's coming on 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, successful dribbles is 1 out of 5 in that game. That's exactly what I'm saying, and I think
Yeah,
that has
stats, coach.
happened consistently, really, in my opinion. But go ahead with what you were saying, Dante.
Yeah, the stats this game will tell you that. Yeah, he tried it quite a lot of times to take his man on. Didn't always work out. But once, like I was saying, once we drew them out, this was when he was double teamed. I told you the wingers will be double teamed, and they were. There wasn't much space. They were trying, but it wasn't working. Once we started, we pulled them out a bit. I'm not sure if you saw how we kept the ball and just passed it between us, just waiting for the opposition to come out. And we drew them out. Once they did that, then they were left at one-on-ones. Him and Mudryk were both left with one-on-ones. When that happened, they got passed and they both assisted and scored. And yeah, the rest is history. So
Yes,
yeah,
Tim.
it was a bit
I'm
harder.
not saying he's a bad player. I know you understand that's not exactly what I'm
No,
saying.
no,
I'm
I
just
wouldn't say
saying he's
awful
not
though.
quite there. We haven't seen the NATO you could say that played for Wolves. Maybe we're seeing them up
Mm,
close and probably realizing the differences. You say in the Pedro Neto that say
yeah.
in what we believe in what he can do and what he's actually able to do. I hope that's not the case, really. Um, but Houston, Dante, just pay attention. He played how many minutes? 62 minutes, right? Got 1 assist. That's excellent. Accurate passes. Usually, I don't pay attention to this that much because backward passes, safer passes, they all count as long as they get to their intended targets, maybe for lack of a more specific language. Chances created 1. Expected assist 0.38. Expected assist plus goals 0.38. And it's plus expected goals. Touches 31 in total. Touches in the opposition box 3. Successful dribbles 1 out of 5, which is exact. I didn't see this number before. I told you that it looks like yeah he fought us quite a lot in terms of
This
whenever
game,
he
coach.
tries to
This
dribble.
game.
And
this
I'm
game.
still listen. I'm not saying he's bad. Chances are he's still do a lot better than I believe he can do. I'm not giving up on him yet. From afar, what I learned about him from afar led to me believing, yeah, we've signed an excellent player, and I still believe that's the case. Accurate crosses 1 out of 4, long balls 1 out of 1. That's nothing to me. But I wanted to confirm that, yeah, as I told you, that in terms of dribble, maybe in that particular game, I'd still have to look at all the games that he started for us.
Correct.
That
Yeah.
he's not been great at it. He's starting to come across to me as a sort of player that needs space to be as effective as he can be. Without
He
when the
does.
oppositions
Yes.
defend deep, I fear that he may well struggle playing against teams that defend it. But go ahead, you wanted to say something.
And that's what I did say that. Remember the game preview? I said the wingers will
Yeah, yeah,
struggle.
we did talk about that. Yeah.
I told you they will struggle in low blocks. When they do low blocks, they will struggle because there's no space. But what Maresca has been working on, and I seen in the training, he said it in his interview, and I looked at training quite close. He's really drilling into the players, and you saw it in this game probably the most out of all of them, to be patient and draw the opposition out, and that's exactly what they did. You saw Badiashile in the center of midfield, in the it was basically at the halfway line, and him and Vega and all of them. Did you see they were just holding the ball, like dribbling sort of slowly backwards, waiting, trying to draw them out? And that's exactly what they fell for a Panathinaikos. That they weren't pressing from the front, but then they just couldn't help it because they were not touching the ball. They had like they couldn't get
I
that.
mean, it can be annoying.
They were annoyed, so they fell for it, and
Yeah.
then three of their front players started pressing, and once they did that, we just played through them straight easily, and that's when the wingers did not have two people on them or three; they were isolated. They were one on ones, and that's when you saw pretty much all the action that happened. All the goals came in from the two wingers. So yeah, it's Panathinaikos too. They fell for it. Then they probably don't always play the low block because they're one of the bigger teams in Greece. But yeah, if we can do that, that's the perfect way to play. But that's the only way you're going to get your wingers involved in low blocks because it's very hard for the wingers to play with low blocks, and they've struggled most of the season against low blocks. They have been ineffective. But once we learn how to draw the opposition out, and this is the best game I've seen so far that they actually implemented it
It wasn't
perfectly.
actually easy because Panathinaikos, I think, first few minutes of this, after the start of the game, they were the better side.
The first 2 minutes,
Yeah.
coach, that's it.
Hmm. Yeah,
And Jorgensen
I mean,
pulled off an
they were
amazing
physical
save.
too. And at the start of the game, I was concerned that we weren't going to be able to deal with their physical approach in the whole 90 minutes. But yeah, at one point, it actually did come across as if we were actually the more physical side than they are, of
They're
which
not a
this
physical side. Yeah,
yeah.
they're not a
But
physical
at
side.
least with they are, I think you can argue they are more physical than us, in my opinion.
No, they're not really that
In
physical. The
terms of
players are not that
approach,
big. They're not
I'm
that
not
big.
saying about build,
Yeah.
maybe aggressive, maybe, but go ahead.
No, I still think we had the more aggressive and more physical players. To be honest, they're not that. They don't have that profile. It's not the typical Greek team. There's only one Greek player on the field in the whole 11. So
The
there's no.
goalkeeper,
No, not the goalkeeper. No, it's
Dragowski. I like his name.
yeah. No, he's Polish, I think. No. There's only one Greek player on the field, coach. It's not a typical Greek side. They have different type of players, and they're not a physical side. They didn't really have physical players. They didn't really play. They left a lot of the first team out as well, from what I was seeing. So look, we dominated them. It was pretty easy for us. Like I said, we didn't
Not
get
in
out of
the first
second gear.
15 minutes. In the first 15, I was concerned, but things changed quickly too. Maybe the aggression is the language I was is the language I was looking for. They were more aggressive, at the start of the game, and
They're at
then
home. They're always gonna
yeah,
do that. But it
mhm.
didn't take long, 5 minutes, and that's it, finished. Uh, Jorgensen did that save, and after he did that great save, that's
That
it.
was
They
an
didn't
excellent
touch the
save,
ball.
by the way.
Yeah, they didn't touch the ball after that at all, coach. So like, yeah, we completely dominated, and yeah, it's just they're a different type of side now. They're not. they're not very good. They fell for us pretty easily. They couldn't just, they weren't disciplined enough to just sit back and low block and do it all game. They fell for it. We drew them out, and it was game over pretty much. So for me, I thought it was a very easy game in my opinion. I thought we cruised through it.
It was, but not throughout. The first few minutes after the start of
I'll
the
give you
game
the
was.
first few minutes, coach.
Yeah, just give me that. No, no, I'm just saying. Look, it was a dominant performance overall. Yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it was like that from start to finish. It wasn't really, if it can be.
Well,
And
no
chances
game
are,
is.
had it not been for the brilliance of that particular save from Jorgensen,
Jorgensen,
we
yeah.
don't know because had they scored force, it would have been pretty difficult for us. It was
I
easy
think
to
if they
lure them
scored,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, if they scored, they would have probably then really parked the bus and really digged in to try to get a result, at least a
yeah.
draw or something. Yeah. So that was very important. Yeah, Jorgensen came up big. Like he was ready. It was a great save, good anticipation. So yeah, he did very well overall.
Yep, yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go along. Well, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Not gonna lie, Mudryk is just better. I can even believe Mudryk is better than Pedro Neto. I'm not gonna go to the extent of getting involved in the debate or maybe argument with regards to who's better than the other. I know Mudryk's shortcomings. Pedro Neto, I'm still learning. I'm still learning more about him. I can't say I know him that much. And a lot of people I know, if you ask them, they tell you they know him very well because of his days at Wolves. But up close, you start getting to know the player even better. And I've learned not to quickly judge a player. So I'm not saying that's it for Nathan. No, chances are he's still become the starter in the Premier League.
I
And
I
because
would I would have him. Yeah,
he's into more assist more. He creates. He doesn't dwell on the ball too much, and that has, you could say, him not being able to maybe do well in terms of a dribble success rate. That's not an issue for me as long as he can create the chances, and I think the manager will value that even more than his dribble success rate. Sorry, were you saying something, Dante?
yeah, exactly, coach. For me personally, I would have him over Madueke. I would play him over Madueke. I just like the way he's more direct. He doesn't dwell on the ball. He'll give it a go. If he loses the ball, he loses it, but he doesn't, go turn left, turn right, take 10 touches. He likes to, be on the front foot and really attack. And then it's all about creation. He wants to create for the other players. And if he gets a game where we play against, say, like a Newcastle, say, like, one of the teams that is not low block and there's space, well, he's going to extremely excel even way more, in my opinion. So I
Yeah.
would have him over Madueke. That's my personal opinion. Yeah.
Yep, people. Let me try and see. See if I can find. Let me see if I can find a comment um, in the comment section, in the chat section that's aligned with what we're discussing currently. I'd be happy to read it. If it's not aligned, I'm going to skip it. I don't have the energy to be reading a lot today. Information Supreme saying one of the most impressive elements of yesterday's game was how we played out from the back. We lit really good building from the back. Axel and Badi were excellent in the build up up along with KDH. And Heston, I think the structure it's important. We played with a three, was it 3-4-2-1 or something like that? That structure. I'll look at it again. Let me see. I think we have
Three
it on the
two,
screen here.
coach. 3-2-4-1.
3-2-4-1, yeah. And I think it works really well. But I don't think we play with that structure week in week out. I think he switches things up a lot. It depends on who we're playing, and maybe playing with that structure was what led to them not being able. You could say they had no answer to the way we played, and it worked effectively. Even Viega was good to watch, and a lot of people probably did see. A lot of people did see uh, part of his game that they didn't know much about. That's his passing range, his passing ability. He has that ability that I've always praised Kukurea for. That ability to find passing lanes where you don't know one exists. And I like it that in most cases he keeps it on the carpet. I enjoy that a lot. Let's say, what else do we have here? Where I saying Weira is saying Mudryk seeing a kid like Judge come off the bench ahead of him. No, I'm not buying this argument. Sancho and Mudryk better have some involvement versus Newcastle United. Judge was a spectator. Well, a kid. And let's say this Mudryk not coming off the bench in that game doesn't mean anything. Right now, you could argue that yeah, he's a starter in the Premier League currently, whereas Mudryk and the Pedro Neto both play in Europe. It's you can say it's pretty easy to actually predict the manager's selection these days. Uh, nice to see you, bro. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. Who do we have here? Okay, this lineup kind of confirms Maresca's plan. The same lineup he put out against Liverpool for Newcastle United. Yeah, I think it's easy actually. The pattern has emerged. We know who plays in Europe and we know who plays in the Premier League. So it's actually easy to predict. But that's not to say it will be like that forever. Certainly, if certain players started underperforming in the Premier League, chances are he'd switch things around. Or maybe if he makes a change, early change during a Premier League game, and a player comes on and rips up. I'm not sure what the most accurate language to use there, and performs brilliantly. Chances that that player keeps his place in the next game. I don't know, Dante. It's not going to be like this forever. What you say?
Well, it's interchangeable. Well, Cucurella will keep his place and he will play against Newcastle. I'm very
Even
sure
though
of
he
it.
played in Europe,
Yes,
right?
correct. He will. Trust me, he's very important. So he is, especially to the system and just for balance at the back. So, and what he does. So he'll definitely play. He'll be in the squad. Enzo will most likely be in the squad as well. Will be, sorry, in the starting lineup as well. So those two will probably go back, I think, in my opinion, into the starting lineup. And Wesley Fofana probably will come back in as well.
Yeah, Wesley Fofana definitely, especially after not playing a part in that game against Panathinaikos. Definitely he starts. I don't know. Was Tosin even on the bench? Was he on the bench? I didn't check.
Yeah, was he? I'm pretty sure he was.
Okay, so I'm not sure. So that you could say it makes it a bit difficult. Maybe not because clearly he prefers a Fofana over Tosin. So I don't know. I have my argument as to why I believe Tosin should be starting games. But that's by the way, Neto is good at winning us free kicks with his footwork. He's not more direct like Mudryk. I think that's another way to put it. And we have information supreme here saying Neto has yet to hit his level. I think I agree. I think that's exactly what I'm saying, but maybe didn't quite find the right words to better express myself or get my point across. I think yeah, you could argue definitely he hasn't hit his level yet. Something is still missing. And the moment I still believe, yeah, he can get there. But I'm starting to learn more about him. And I've learned that, yeah, without space, when it's tight, he struggles to perform at the highest level, but still can create chances because he doesn't hug the ball too much like Mudryk does. But nothing, a few good moments here and there, but nothing near his maximum level yet. I hope that's the case. And I'd really appreciate if that's what it is. If nobody criticizes the decision to bring on a judge, I will be fuming. Why are you saying this? It's we're
What have
winning.
you got against
I
George?
think we were 4 goals up before he was brought on. Dante wasn't
Yeah,
that?
we were 4-0 up. I mean, what more do you got to give these guys, young guys, a go? I mean, there's no point bringing him along, and especially George because he's already been he's been training with the squad, the first team all season, played in preseason. He's one of those that will get more game time.
Or would you
So
rather him come on if we're losing? Let's say no. Maybe if we you could say when it was 1-1 draw, or maybe him starting. I'm not sure what to make
no,
of
he
this
would never
comment
come
there.
on. Then we have to be. He has to be comfortable up, or we're losing really badly, like 4-0. We're losing. Then he probably still comes on, but that's not
But
going to
yeah,
happen.
then just
So,
to see if maybe he makes a difference. But yeah,
yeah, just it's just a lifeline and experience. But no, look, I'm happy he came on, and I think he did. He tried his best. He get some good runs. He had a couple of good shots. He was trying. He was trying his best, and you want to see that. We want to see these players play, and you want to see how they perform under the pressure. You want to see what they're made of. Because he's one of those that probably next season will find it much even tougher. He's probably one of those that will go on loan. I'm pretty certain that'll be the case because we got Esteval players coming in, so he will go on loan. But it's very important to integrate him in the team and show him the experience, traveling, doing all that. Like I said, the professional, they need to get used to it, especially traveling across Europe and doing all this. So I think it was a great experience for him. This is what you want. You want to bring these players in. There was no
And that's
point bringing
yeah,
Madueke on. What's the point of bringing Madueke on when you're 4-0 up? I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
And if we were losing, I think he's probably not going to smell the pitch.
Unless we're losing like 4-0, that's maybe he still would
Yeah.
then, but you have to lose by a big margin.
No, even at that, we had Mudryk on the bench, right?
Yeah, but our coach wouldn't bring Madueke if we're 4-0 down, and he's not going to bring Madueke on. That
You
game's
don't think
gone with
so?
20 minutes
But
to go.
but the whole point is, Judge got the opportunity to play because we were 4-0 up, because we were winning convincingly, and I think we
Yeah,
did discuss that at length during the pregame show. So, or maybe during the preview match prediction exercise, we did talk about how the youngsters would get a chance if we're winning and winning convincingly, and that's how it's done everywhere. You'd
pretty
have to be
much.
an exceptional talent to get a chance to even start that sort of game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much, coach. Except our ex, he wasn't very good at that, but everyone else, yeah.
All right. Yep. Now I know you were gonna you were gonna. It looks like Nightbot. It looks like he's on vacation or maybe just quit. Every time I try a command, it doesn't listen to me. But just by the way, Coach, no, they're not. Do tactically, etc. Whatever you want to put in there, it won't work. Just listen to that. Just go away, man. Go back to work. And Makim Neum is saying Carney and Kasade should keep playing together. Um.
I don't
Okay,
know.
Dante, you have anything to say about that?
Look, Kanye came on, but he looked very rusty. Didn't do absolutely nothing. He looked actually pretty bad, in my opinion.
Because he hadn't played for a while. In all
I,
honesty,
it doesn't matter, coach. You're professional players. They train every day. They're playing pretty much
come
every
on,
day.
man. But match atmosphere is different.
Not when you're 4-0 up. No, he had plenty of space. He had plenty of, but his footwork was horrible. His touch was horrible. He just looked horrible. Like, yeah, that's no excuse for
You
that.
don't like him, do you?
No, I don't like him. No, no. Of course, I like
Hmm.
him, coach. He's a great technical young player, but yeah, he just looked really bad.
I think he'd be better of
When you get a chance like that, we were up 4-0, whatever, but you get a chance like that, and we're still kind of pushing on the opposition. We still had
I'd
the
still
possession.
IQ. Remember, he hadn't played for a while before he came on.
That
Honestly,
doesn't
I
matter
think
when
it's a
you're in a game like that. Basic stuff where someone's passing it to you and you miscontrol it, that doesn't matter. You putting a pass 2 meters away in the wrong direction, that's not nothing to do with that.
I think he still
You
get a chance in
dribbling
the
and
cup
tripping over
game.
yourself, that's got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, he still get a chance in the cup game. Information Supreme is saying our manager said in his post game post match presser we had some issues in the first 20 minutes. We made some changes, and after we didn't start that game well, in all honesty. But from maybe that 20 minutes and up, we dominated them till the end of the game. Yep. This fan needs to keep his powder dry and not say we were dominant. Don't call it cruise control. We had squeaky bum moments in the first half. Why am I reading that
Just
word
one
there?
moment. One moment.
Yeah. Let's see what else. See anybody else that I haven't read their comments. Nice to see you there. IB, I do hope you're doing well. Big up, everyone. A happy Friday to you too. Yep, I'm happy. My boys no school today. It's Nevada Day. So yeah. Big up to you too. Viega did the job at fullback. Was it fullback? I think left center back.
Left centre back, yeah.
Yeah. And Badiashile was brilliant essentially. Right side, I wouldn't say Disasi was brilliant, but he did well too. Nearly
Yeah.
got a goal in a crowded
Claudio
box,
still
actually.
did very well, but the goal is his fault. It's his fault. The goal.
Can you explain how that was his fault, man?
He was a ball watching coach. That was his man. He was just looking at him, and he didn't move towards him. He just stood. He didn't react, and that was his man.
But
So
overall, he had an excellent game.
no,
Still,
that's what I said. He had an
yeah.
excellent game overall, but the one mistake he did, and the goal was predominantly his fault, in my opinion. I looked at it, and
I'd have to watch it again.
he did like James did in the game before, like Reece James did. He just stood there, watched his player, and the player just glided past him, and just he just froze.
I'd have to watch it again. And Chelsea Godfather. Yep. Exclamation mark CG. You can do that anytime. Kukurea and Enzo are running. Also, Fafana was missed against Liverpool. Was he really?
Mm,
We were just on. No, but that's just my opinion anyway. I didn't think we missed Fafana. You
not
could
really,
argue
no.
had he been on the pitch, it'd be easier to actually smoke him out. I know he's a good player, but I don't want to get into the argument. I prefer the pairing of Tosin and the one of Badiashile or Cowell, or maybe even Fafana there. We need that cool headedness. Oh, listen, Fafana, I'm not. He will get there, but he's not there yet. Was it against
KK for fun.
Bournemouth that he was nutmegged actually, and it was in the dying minutes. That wasn't the first time it happened. The way it doesn't, you can say he comes for a tackle sense or maybe aimlessly maybe, and it can, and in most cases he makes himself so easy to dribble, honestly,
Aggressive,
which,
too aggressive. Yeah,
yeah, too aggressive maybe, yeah, that's another way to phrase it, but I think he's not quite there yet. I wouldn't have trusted him against Liverpool. They mop the floor with him, given how he approaches the game and he applies himself on the pitch. In my opinion, Panathinaikos didn't pack the bus. I think we need to be level-headed and know it was a squeaky. Okay, if you want me to be reading your comment, you typing quite a lot and so fast. Really, you have to mind the languages you're using there, and keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Okay, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely, do appreciate you all finding the time to join us. Judge will be solid. Just need more reps on the first team. Here's the thing. Let's say this quickly. He has to be exceptional to hold down a place at the club, because we're packed in that department, unfortunately. And I know he's a good player, but here's the thing. I've learned early early on than most people that you just cannot keep them all. And I don't get attached to players. The club will always make decision with regards to what's best for the future of the club. Or you could say overall the squad, maybe, or depend maybe what the manager wants, really. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Dante, let's talk about how well Enzo Fernandez did yesterday. And I'm quite sure still after that game, a lot of people still would not, you can say, don't know, maybe will not recognize what he brings to the table. I think he was crucial.
yeah, I agree. I think he had a very good game. He controlled the game. Everything went through him. He played that position that he I keep saying that's his position. That's where he needs to play. And again, third game that he's played there this season, he excelled there again. The switching of the ball from side to side, the tempo, controlling the
Without
tempo,
needing
slowing
a
it down.
touch.
Yeah, one touch stuff. Like I said, slowing the tempo or speeding the tempo up, depending what the coach wants and how he wants it. Basically, yeah, I think I'm not sure about the stats. I haven't looked at it right now, but I think he would have had the most touches on the field most likely because everything went through him. So yeah, a brilliant performance. Again, didn't if he scored that goal where Mudryk cut back, beautiful pass from Mudryk
Ooh, that was
across the box.
fire.
Yeah, if he scored that goal, people will be probably talking different. But unfortunately, he didn't score that goal. It was a good shot. It was a really good shot. Great save as well. So, uh, but yeah, if he scored that, that would have made a big difference. But that's the thing people don't see. They just want goals and assists. And if that doesn't happen, well, yeah, he had a pretty below average game. That's what people are saying on X from what I've seen, which is just ridiculous because
He
he
was
was controlling the
Give it
game.
to. He was one of our most important player on the day. He was the reason we were able to control the game. You could
Correct.
argue, you could say it this way. Let me rephrase that. He was the reason we were able to dominate from the time we did.
Yeah,
And
100%,
once
coach.
he
Like I
left the
said.
pitch, we struggled to control the game. I
Yeah.
don't know how else to explain this to people. We've talked about
Yeah,
this
well,
at
Cassidy
length.
came on for him in his position,
Yeah,
and yeah, you saw the difference, massive
yeah.
difference. Yeah,
Listen,
so
we've discussed this at length, Dante. He's not going to get you 20 goals per season or 20 assists per season. But he's that sort of player. If you understand football, whenever he's not on the pitch, you'd realize immediately, yeah, that his
yeah,
absence has left a gaping hole in the team. But a lot of people still find it difficult to learn that that's the case. Honestly,
but again, I'll emphasize this point. He played. This is only the third game he played at the DM position, and like I said, he was pretty much man of the match in all three games. Besides Mudryk was obviously the best player on the field, but he was probably one of the second or third best players on the field. So that's his position, in my opinion. Hopefully, Maresca can use him there more because
I
once,
think
yeah,
here's the thing. When you say he's used him properly since the start of the season, but here's where people get
yeah,
confused a bit.
yes and
The
no.
manner in which Enzo Maresca uses Enzo Fernandez, he has a bit of independence freedom, if you prefer, to always be closer to the ball, to just be the one to always complete the triangle to make it easier for us to play out from the back or maybe escape a tight space. But go ahead with what you were saying. But still, people don't understand that.
Yeah, but just in that CM position, which is a box to box position, the one he played most of the season,
Mhm.
that involves a lot of running. Like you said, you got to complete the triangles, but that involves a lot of sprinting and running to get into those positions. And you're not involved as much because you're not the one building up the play. You're the one just, yeah, involved in it, but you're not the one controlling it and building it up. That is the big difference. When to put him on the ball to control the game and build the play up and switch the balls left, right, forward, back, whatever. You can see the balls he was putting across the field, switching the sides. Amazing, beautiful passes, spot on, perfect weight, and even some of them were quite aggressive that opened up play completely. So he needs to do that. That's why I still want him to play in that DM to do that. He does. He can't do that in the CM box to box. Number one, he's not involved as much. His touches at half of what they are if he plays DM. Number two, aerobic capacity. He has to run a lot more and get in position a lot more. So he has to. It's a box to box role. You have to forward, but you got to come back as well. So he wastes too much energy and too much getting in position, and he's just not that player. He's not a Caicedo. He's not a Gallagher. He's not that type of player. He's not going to run all day every day. He's just not that. So I still want to see him, and he just proved it again this game. If he plays there, he controls the game.
He does control the game. Unfortunately, a lot of majority of the fans don't see football beyond the goals and assists. That's all they judge you for, irrespective
Look,
of how
I
well
don't
you
mind
do.
him in this. Like, if you need to play him in the CM to play, say, other players, that he can do it, right? But it's not a preferred position because he's just not involved as much. I just don't
Yeah.
think it's just not him. It's not in his character. Yeah, I'd rather see Caicedo do that because Caicedo has that attribute to run box to box, side to side, get in position and be defensive, but be also a little bit offensive because Caicedo does score a lot of goals and assists for his country because that's where he plays. So
Yeah,
he's yeah,
Casado for me is more of a hybrid of 8 and 6, not the traditional 6.
correct. Yeah, yeah.
That's how I
So
see it.
I would prefer Enzo and then Caicedo to play that box to box Enzo's position. But look, he's played 3 games like this. He's played 4 or 5 games the other way. So it's almost 50-50. So we'll see how he goes from now on.
Yes, my again. I'm not too concerned. I have strong belief that our manager Enzo Maresca is a very smart manager, excellent manager. he will get the best of all our players. And
Yeah,
let's talk about this quickly before we look at Enzo Fernandez numbers, and then we'll start from the goalkeeper, the back line, the midfield, and the front line. And I think the structure works perfectly, but I'm quite sure he's not going to use that structure consistently. Enzo liked to comment on Instagram saying, play him in his rightful position. That's talent, really. But he's an excellent player, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And I've told people, and I think Dante, you said that too. He's actually one of Enzo Maresca's most important players, if not the most important, given that he's unique. No other player in our squad can do what he does, what he brings to the table, except maybe if Casade has it in him, but I haven't seen that. I need more time to conclude whether he's capable of fulfilling that role. I know, what's his name?
no,
Uh,
new to him, coach. No, it's
who?
a new role for him. Not even close. He's got a long way to go.
No, I was going to talk about. I was going to say Cole Palmer. He's capable of fulfilling that role, but it would be a waste of his talent because he has that vision. Even for England, the young England squad, he plays on the right hand side in the midfield three, where he has the freedom to actually come central in most cases. He has that vision to know
Yep.
when to switch the ball and quickly find you if you make a run. But Enzo is so unique. We have no spare. Maybe for lack of a more specific language there. Michael Newman, let's see what he says here. The B team belongs to Joao Felix and not Enzo Fernandez. Plus KDH performs better than who?
He didn't play
Okay,
better than
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, bro. And
yeah.
GFC, Gobert! Nice to see you, Brad. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. So let's look at Enzo Fernandez here. He played for 71 minutes, total shots, one. That one we did talk about, we've discussed that. Accurate passes, 67 out of 71, 94%. And the truth remains, majority of them are not Sephiroth passes, because they were on him, they were pressuring him, and still he was
Yep.
able to do well.
A lot of those passes, yeah, 100%, and the big long aggressive switches as well.
Yeah,
Long,
exactly.
very good long balls. Yep.
He missed only one. There was one I remember he missed. Attack, shot accuracy, 1 out of 1. We talked about that one. Touches 84. That shows you, how involved he was on that day. Touches in opposition box 1 time, passes into the final third 5, accurate crosses 1 out of 2, probably attempt from corner kicks. Accurate long balls 5 out of 7, 71%. Corners 4 in total. Yep. Dispossessed 1 time. Non-penalty XG is 0.13. Tackles 1 out of 1. Clearances 2. Header clearances 1. Interceptions 2. Defensive actions 7. Recoveries 7. Duels 1, 4. Duels lost 3. Ground duels 2 out of 5. 40%. Not bad. I've seen worse from him. Aerial duels 2 out of 2. Wow. He was fouled 1 time, fouls committed twice. So he had an excellent game, in my opinion. Dante, let's say you. Then we'll start looking at the goalkeeper and the back line, the midfield, and then the attacking area. Let's hear you, Dante.
Yeah, look, he had an all-round great game. Like I said, even some of the defensive actions, there wasn't that many, but the ones he did, he pulled off pretty well. And he's got that in him. Like I said, if he's playing that DM role, he's got a lot more energy. He can run. You're not wasting that energy running around all that. You're keeping it, and then he quick bursts to do tackles, to do that, and that helps him a lot. And he's done a lot, very well defensively, in my opinion, for when he has played there as a DM. Because of that, he keeps that energy, and he's got it, and he can do it, the quick sprints, and then put a great tackle in, because he's aggressive when he does tackle. He's Argentinian. He's got that the flair in him to do that. So he's got that aggressive nature as well. So look, he can do it defensively, yeah. But once you put him to run around everywhere, he can't do it as well defensively. And we've seen that many times in that CM position. That's what people most criticize him about, because that's what they see. So yeah, I get it. But in this game, I think he had an amazing game, all round game. Like I said, probably the best 3 players on the field. He was definitely one of them.
Yeah, top rated is Joao Felix. And then him second top rated, Nkunku. Nate,
Mudryk, yeah.
Nkunku, then Jorgensen, Nato, and the others. But go ahead with what you were saying. The least rated is
Yeah, look,
Marco
Mudryk was
Correa.
my man of the match. I think he was the standout. He did a lot more. I know Felix got a higher rating there, did good with the goals and that, but some of the other stuff, especially towards the end, yeah, he kind of slacked off quite a lot and started doing his little tricks again. Um, so yeah, I would probably put him and then Enzo after that as the best players on the field. So yeah, with probably Neto close behind as well. So Nkunku didn't really, yeah, he didn't have a good game in my opinion. He scored that obviously the penalty, but he didn't really. He
He did
linked up
struggle.
okay. He linked up okay. So what the good thing he did do was link up, which was very good. But the rest of the attacking game, he struggled. He didn't do much at all. But yeah, he didn't shine, but others shined because he was involved with Neto. He was involved with Mudryk in the build up to all for the goals. So he was involved. Like I said, the link up play was there, but he just wasn't, in front of goal or being the more attacking stuff, taking good shots and that. He just wasn't on it today.
Yeah, he does. He's for me at one point. Maybe I did overthink it. I thought he did come across as disinterested, and I was starting maybe unnecessarily considering going through the thoughts maybe he's thinking of leaving the club because he's not playing in the Premier League and all that, and also plus driven by probably the news and his response to interview questions during the international break and all that. But I don't want to get into that. I like him, and if he continues to work and continue showing the manager that he's much one of our best finishes, he gets a chance to start in the Premier League. And who's to say that he and Jackson cannot start in the same game? They can, but he probably will need a change in structure or application, maybe. Um, didn't play badly yesterday, but still trying to figure out what KDH does. He didn't have a bad game. He played well, and I think we'll look at his numbers. He's not a bad player, and he's getting there gradually. He's regaining, maybe regaining his confidence. And if you're being truthful to yourself, there are factors to consider before judging him. He didn't start preseason with us because he was nursing an injury at the time, and even after that, when we came back, when the club came back to England, I think he did suffer another injury after that. So you have to consider those things. He will come good, and I'm quite sure we didn't just pay that much money for him without the manager saying you can say requesting that the club get him for him, and I think he will come good. And he's done well so far in the Conference League. Was it in the Conference League that he got his first goal, or was it in the FA Cup or Carabao Cup? Which of them?
Uh, the cup, yeah, I'm pretty sure against
The Cup.
Barrow, I think
So
it was.
yeah, he's getting there. I'm not gonna give up on him really. Let's see. Nightbot doesn't look like he's happy. Our wingers need a Joao Felix to give them instructions like he did with Mudryk last night. That's serious, really. I don't know. Playing Kunku in the Enzo role and watch our season change right now before our eyes. Not sure what you're trying to say there. Playing him Nkunku in the Enzo role, in what sense? I'm not sure. As a deep line playmaker, uh, I'm not sure. Um, Look, Nkunku doesn't have that vision because Enzo, you can say, what defines his, you can say his ability as a footballer mainly is his vision, honestly, and it's intelligence as a football and intelligence. Nkunku is an intelligent footballer, but I don't think he has the vision of Enzo Fernandez. That's just my opinion anyway. Dante, let's start. Philip Jorgensen, his performance, he was good. He was really good. But here's
Look,
my
yeah.
observation. Here's my observation. I think Sanchez comes off his line more, and for instance, if Sanchez passes the ball to one of his defenders, maybe towards the right hand side, he comes off his line and even literally more like a center back. Or in some cases, he goes to the side to help complete the triangle to make it easier for the guy on the ball. it doesn't look like Jorgensen does that. It doesn't look like he does that very well. Maybe he's still learning. You could say how to apply himself that way. I think that's the only thing that Sanchez has over him. But he does look more confident on the ball than Sanchez does. Um, I'd still argue he's a better shot stopper, but at Chelsea, we need to see him more up close and also compare. But according to numbers, how he finished last season, he's a much better shot stopper than Sanchez. But let's hear you his performance yesterday. But do you understand the point I was trying to make? He doesn't. I know he's a good sweeper keeper. If need be, he can come off his line to save a situation. But he doesn't come off his line when we're with the ball to help. You can say make it easier on the individual with the ball. But let's hear you.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but that was deliberate in this game.
That's not the first time I'm observing that. I've seen that before, and that's before I speak about it, Dante. I paid attention to it quite well, really. Trust me. But let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, to me, it's deliberate. I can see it. He's staying there for a reason. That's so we can, again, like I said, we're trying to draw out the opposition to come pressure. To get them up the field as much as possible, you need that to do that. Because if you're up, there's not much space. It's worthless. This way, they come out. There's a big space in between the forwards and the midfielders. So to me, that's deliberate, and he has done it before, like you said exactly, and it is deliberate in the conference things. That's what Maresca's been doing in the Conference League. We haven't played. These teams are not the best teams that we're playing. They're not.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
you
like I
say
said, like
you're saying? I think you sure you're not saying that because he's been our goalkeeper in the Conference League. Have any other goalkeeper played for us in the Conference League except him? None.
no,
Right?
coach, no. Well, that's what
Yeah.
I
So
mean.
yeah,
It's deliberate.
remember I've seen him in the cup games too. I'm just saying that's the only thing I believe Sanchez has over him, and I believe if he can learn how to do that, probably he will take Sanchez's place in my
He can
opinion.
do
But
that.
go
I've seen
ahead.
him do that. He did that for
At
his previous club.
Chelsea,
No, not at Chelsea. No, no. He was playing like basically as a almost like a centre back for his previous club. That's how far out he was. So that's why to me it's very deliberate. What he's only playing in the Conference League, so that's why it's for me it's very deliberate. I noticed it too. He's staying back very deep, but that's again I'm trying to they're trying to draw the players out to come pressure because these teams they don't want to do that. The lower teams, the low block, they don't want to do that because it opens up space. But it worked. Panathinaikos, got frustrated and then they started pressing a little bit. And once they did that, like I said, we opened them up. To me, it's deliberate. If Sanchez played, I guarantee you he would have done the same in these games because I think that's coaching for me. That's what I see from it. Just where the way they're positioned, the defenders, and where he's positioned, it's 100% a tactic. They're using that to draw the opposition out. But that's just how I interpret it and what I've seen. So yeah,
and
but
it looks like you don't see a lot of high claims from him, right?
well, there wasn't any to be honest. There was only one in the game, but Badiashil fouled. Basically, Badiashil got in his way and fouled him. He was screaming, "I got the ball," but Badiashil decided to jump for the header and knocked him off. Uh, you can see him telling Badiashil that he's like, "I said I have the ball," and you can see it on the replay. He was claiming it. So he doesn't really come out that much for the balls. He does. He did for his previous club quite a lot. He comes and punches quite a lot. He's not the tallest, so he's not like Sanchez, very tall. But so that's why he comes out. But he's got that acceleration and he's got that awareness where he comes out and he'll punch it if he comes in that area. So that's the only difference. Sanchez probably slightly better than that. Although last season Sanchez, when he came out for balls, he was flapping at him, missing everything. Uh, he was shocking last season, claiming high balls. Normally, that's one of his strengths, and he was horrible last season doing that. So it just depends what the coach prefers. It's not one of his strengths, but like I said, he made a crucial save. He was ready in that first 2 minutes. He was ready, and he made a crucial save because that would have changed the game slightly. So it was a crucial save. It was a great reaction, great reflexes, and he got it away far from the goal as well. So it was a good hand, strong hand as well. So other than that, he didn't have much to do, nothing to do really, to be honest. So it was all ball playing. And he's way more comfortable and way more technical than Sanchez is. Just,
He doesn't panic.
just look at his left foot. Look at it when he plays with his left foot. You cannot tell the difference from left to right foot. He plays with both feet.
Yeah. What
When
do
you
you
see
make of his
Sanchez,
distribution?
when you see Sanchez has to switch it to his other foot and then hit it with his left, and he's off balance when he does it because he's not that good at it. He's not preferred. And that's why he gets in trouble a lot of the times when he gets pressed, Sanchez, because if it's on his left, it depends. It has to be on his left and his right. It's got to be in the right position for him. Otherwise, he has to take an extra touch to get it to the other foot, or even he's hit him with the left. He's doing. I've seen him do it, but he needs that extra touch, that extra step, which you don't have when you get pressured. And we've seen it very consistently that happens. So Jorgensen, extremely comfortable on the ball, calm, cool, collective, and gets rid of it quick. Can hold it as well. Left foot, right foot. He can actually dribble. He can actually cut back. He can do everything with the ball. He's actually a very
I don't
skillful
want to
player
see
with
him
the ball.
dribble. I'm just asking you, what do you make of his distribution? He shouldn't
Very good
dribble.
coach. Like I said, it was planned. It was tactics to sit deep and draw the players out. That's why he was doing it. I know what you're saying, but for me, it was very deliberate because I've seen him do it.
I like him. Hopefully, it was just a matter of the manager wanting us to play it that way. Because if that's not the case, and he's just not adapting, is it to the manager's what's the word I'm looking for? Demand that the goalkeeper he just operates as a center back sometimes, and Sanchez he's done that so irrespective of what
There
anybody
was
thinks of
space.
him.
He could have come out and done that, but he didn't, and that shows that it was a tactic. Why? Because I did see Badiashile, I saw Veiga, I saw Disasi do it. They all did it. They held the ball. They were backpedaling, holding the ball, deliberately not passing it and waiting for the opposition to come at them. And they were very deep as well. So it was very deliberate tactic to get the Panathinaikos to come and bite, basically.
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying there. I like Jorgensen, and I still hold on to my belief that he will eventually become our number one.
So do
I
I. Yeah.
get it. Yeah, Sanchez is more experienced of the two, and yeah, he's made a lot of mistakes, but still, let's see what happens. Right, let's look at Jorgensen's numbers. Let's see how well he did. What the numbers will tell us. I think he did well. You can say
I
my
didn't see one misplaced pass, so I don't.
no,
I
this
don't.
yeah, Sanchez's signature, right? So he played for 90 minutes. Saves, just two saves. Okay, that
That's
which
it.
means
Yeah.
we were really on them. Goals considered one. Okay. XG on target faced 1.59. Goals prevented 0.59. Accurate passes 38 out of 40, 95%. But you could argue some of them a
Long
lot.
balls. Yeah.
Yeah, and but let's be honest, a lot of the passes also were um, you can say he had players close, nothing to navigate to reach his target, if that makes sense. But not bad, irrespective of how you see it. Accurate long balls 0 out of 2 attempts, so that's poor. Okay, dive and save one, saving inside the box one. Anything else important here? Punches one, throws a 5, high claim one high claim. Okay, recoveries a 6, touches 49 in total. He did well, and let's be honest. I had we considered that early chance that Panathinaikos had, would have been very difficult for us, but he was brilliant. Even though the ball bounced on the carpet, he was able to still make sure he made sure he didn't get into the back of our net. This says Dante Paws flapping and just yeah, he's mentioning it again. I'm not going to talk that. Kuducini needs to be our goalkeeper coach.
I'm trying to get a coach to bite.
You think I didn't hear that? I heard it. I on papers just didn't want to talk about it. All right. Let's talk about Badiashile. Let's look at his number first. Numbers first. I think he did very, very well. He's looked more confident of late, honestly. And for him to have brought on for Tosin, maybe the fact that Tosin was on the yellow card was one of the reasons why the manager decided to take him off on that day. But even he finished the game well against Liverpool. And yesterday he was brilliant, really. He played for 90 minutes. Accurate passes, 99 out of 104, 95%. Not bad. Touches in total, 114. So he had more touches than Enzo Fernandez.
I was gonna say
Touches in opposition backs because at one point they sat deep and we were just passing it around, asking for them to come. So it makes sense. Accurate long balls, 8 out of 10. That's his thing. He's actually one of the best passer of the balls we have. He has excellent passing range. One of the best at the club, really. I don't know why I said
careful,
that.
coach. Careful.
Yeah, blocks 1, clearances 5, header clearances 3, interceptions 2, defensive actions 9, recoveries 9, dribbled past 1 time, dues 1, 3, dues lost 3, ground dues 1, 0 out of 2. That's still poor, really. Aerial dues 1, 3 out of 4, 75%. I think that's good. At least we need to be strong aerially to defend set piece and all of that.
Yeah.
But he did well, really. And
that's one of his
go ahead.
weaknesses. On the
And
he
actually in
doesn't
a
get
central
down.
position, really, because you think that maybe Disasi will be the one to play centrally, but maybe the manager doesn't trust him that much. But go ahead.
No, Disasi, the right centre back, is perfect for that. And Badiashile is still would be the tallest, one of the
I
tallest
haven't
there.
seen him play centrally. Have you? In a structure, such structure.
Disasi?
No, Badiashile.
Yeah, he's played structure centre before. Yeah, he has, like a centre back, left centre back. Yeah, he's played. Of course, he has
left centre back, but not centrally. I don't remember him playing central in a 3-man defense.
In a 3, no, but a centre back, yeah, no, but not in a 3, no. What I was going to say, that's one of his weaknesses. The only he had an exceptional game. I thought he had a brilliant game, probably the best defender on the field. The only criticism I had, it was
you could say his best display for us in a while.
Yeah. So in my personal opinion, he made the goal was on him. He completely froze, left his man. It was just ball watching. What his man got past him, just he let him go past, and he didn't do any. He didn't react at all. So that's the only criticism. Otherwise, he did really well. The other one little thing that he needs to improve on, he doesn't get down on the ground very well. And you saw that again there. The ground balls won, the tackles. He doesn't really. He's an upright player. He likes to stay up a lot, but you got to have a little bit of a balance. You got to be able to put some good tackles in, and he doesn't get down very well. It's also the way he is, his body type, and there's a lot there. But that's probably one little criticism of him that he needs to improve to know when you need to go down and make that tackle, and get the ball, but get the man as well. Get him together and take him out. He doesn't do that at all. Hardly ever. I've never seen him hardly do it ever.
Yeah, it wasn't really a bad game for him. And Briani is saying, Coach, memory of central centered defense is in his favorite KK. Yeah, I love Khalidou Koulibaly, but I know where you're coming from. Don't do that to me. AB, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to be with us this particular morning. Go ahead. You were saying something, Dante.
I said KK Kafana, or which one? Which KK?
Khalidou Koulibaly.
Yeah, I know. Okay, you liked him, yeah. I know.
Oh, not K-Leg.
Not KK Fafana, no.
No, not K-Leg. All right. Let's talk about Axel Disasi. I don't even care that much about him anymore, honestly. I knew he was in trouble the moment we hired Enzo Maresca, and I've explained why. But let's just look at his numbers quickly. He played for 90 minutes. Yeah. Total shots 1. I remember that particular shot with his left foot. Accurate passes 60 out of 62, 97%. That's best we've seen so far.
He did well.
Yeah, go ahead. You were saying something.
Yeah, he did well. He had a solid game, in my opinion. He did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he wasn't brilliant, but yeah. You could say you could argue actually he had an excellent game. But Grand Dues won 2 out of 7 attempts, 29%. Dues lost six, Dues won three. Area Dues won 1 out of 2, as big as he is, was fouled one time, fouls committed 3 times. I think he had a good game. But unfortunately, his levels, I don't think he'd be a starter again in the Premier League. It'd be difficult, except if you have injury issues and he's available for selection, then the manager will select him. Yeah.
Pretty
Go ahead
much,
if
yeah.
you want to talk about him.
Yeah, pretty much. I agree. Yeah, it'll be very difficult for him to get in. Like you said, if there is injuries, suspensions, whatever, he might get a chance. But otherwise, yeah, it'll be very difficult. But look, he's going to get plenty of game time. It's not like he's not going to play. And again, a lot of these players will play now. Up to Christmas, they're going to play once a week. Or everyone's going to play once a week, a full 90 minutes, because we've got the Conference League, we've got the FA Cup, we've got the League Cup. So yeah, especially in this the League Cup and that. Sorry, the FA Cup, you're going to start a bit lower. Yeah, you're going to play really not the best team. So, and especially in the Conference League coming now up, the games coming in Conference League, the teams we're going to play, like they're even worse than Panathinaikos on paper, and the league and everything. They're much much weaker. So yeah, they're going to still play quite a lot of games, and so will Disasi. He'll play a lot of games. He'll, like I said,
He
that
will play. I think he will eventually leave Chelsea. Let's say January or maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
he might probably leave. It's up to him how
He
comfortable he is,
would
how
let's
what he
just face
wants.
it this way. I think he would want to leave. Not
Well,
that
that's
the
it.
club
Yeah,
will look to sell him because it doesn't earn much in terms of his salary, so they'd be happy to keep him
of course.
and
Yeah,
to be as a squad player. But I don't think he'd want that. He probably would want to get a chance to represent France again. But go ahead, what you're saying.
yeah. I don't see that happening. I don't think he'll represent France again. You never know. He could. Look, it's up to the player. Exactly what you said. I think we'll be very happy to keep him as a squad depth. Uh, it's he's actually a good player to have as squad depth because he can do those roles if you really need him. You know, emergency, like I said, injuries, blah blah blah. Play in the Conference League, playing these, yeah, definitely. Once we start if we get back into the Champions League, a little bit different, obviously. So it just depends on the player what he wants to do. But I think the club will definitely keep him because look, he's got some leadership quality. So you know, he's got a little bit of leadership quality. I've seen that in the dressing room, in some interviews. Maresca said it himself. He even gave him the captain's armband. So it's not bad around. He's not a bad player to have around the squad. He's one
Not
of the
at
more
all.
mature
Yeah,
players as well.
he's a leader too.
Yeah, he's a leader. He's more mature as well. So he's one of
Mhm.
the. It's good to have that personality. Maresca will know that pretty well. He could be one of those really good locker room players that keeps everyone in check, and that's very important to have as well.
Yeah, thank you very much, AB. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Let's see what else we have here. Let's go back to that window. Sorry, guys. There you go. We have it here. Let's. We've looked at this number, and of course, my boy Renato Veiga. I love this guy. And he was just too good yesterday. A lot of people, he just educated people on what else he's capable of doing than defending. He has excellent passing range of vision. I do like him. He played for 19 minutes. Accurate passes, 75 out of 80, 94%. That's it. That's excellent, actually. Really. Expected assist 0.01. XG plus yeah, it's irrelevant. We're looking at it. Touches in total 96. Successful dribbles 1 out of 1. Passes into the final third 6. Accurate long balls 3 out of 6. 50%. Dispossessed 0 times. That's important. I really do love this guy. Blocks 1 time, clearances 4, interceptions 2, defensive actions 10. More defensive actions than all the ones we've looked at, right? I think at most we've seen
Yes,
was a 6. Yeah.
6. Yeah,
Dribbled past 1 time. Dues 1, 2. Dues lost 4. Grand dues 1 out of 4. That's poor. Area dues
yeah.
1 out of 2. That's 50%. Not really poor, but could do better. He's a big boy. Fouls committed 3. I like this guy. I'm sure a lot of you know how much I love Kukurea, but I'll pick him anytime, any day over Kukurea to start in the left. um, decided the left back position. He has excellent passing range, and everything defensively, more defensively solid than Kukurea. But Dante, let's say you, what do you make of his performance yesterday?
Yeah, I know how much you love him, Coach. Yes, we all know. Look, I like him as well. Is I wouldn't choose him over Cucurella. No, I wouldn't do that. Not
Why
now.
is that?
That's well, he hasn't. He's not. He hasn't got the acceleration and the closing down speed that you need at that position, left back. It obviously helps because he would invert, and if you're inverting, it obviously helps quite a lot. But still, he doesn't have what Cucurella has, and well, Cucurella's European champion for a reason, so coach. So team of the year basically because he's done so well in that position. So he just he lacks a little bit. In this game he was very good, but he got a bit complacent at times, and you saw that in some of the stats at the bottom there. Some players got around him, and the problem with him, if he gives them space, he's normally good at that. He doesn't give them space, but if he gives them a bit of space, they can get around him. That I've seen. So look, I love him. He's a great player. He's still very young. He looks mature and because he's big and that, but he's still a very young player. So
Still has a lot to
he's
learn.
he's probably he's the number your typical utility player. A Swiss Army knife
Hmm.
can play absolutely anywhere. You put him anywhere in that defense, anywhere in the
He's played
midfield.
DM for us, right? In the cup game, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So you put him anywhere in that defensive structure, he'll do an amazing job every time. Uh, so yeah, I do love him. Yeah, it's probably the only game this one I probably saw was a bit complacent, but yeah, that's got to do with 4-0 up. So maybe that's the case as well. But look, he still had a solid game. But yeah, still got a few little things to learn. But the crowd love him. He loves the crowd as well. He winds up the crowd. He gets the crowd involved, and yeah, he's got passion. So that's also very important. We need a player like that to just get everyone going, get everyone buzzing.
Yeah, and he loves the club. We have looked at Enzo Fernandez's number. I think we should look at Juice Wilho's numbers in a bit, and then we have Kukurea. Shockingly, is the lowest rated. I know he didn't finish the game, did he? I can't quite remember. Let's see. Big up to you too, AB. I've said hello to you, and we have IB. Any word and Archie Brown, the left back from Genk, from Gent. Okay, there's Genk. There's
Ghent,
Gent.
Ghent.
Are we still targeting him? I haven't heard anything of late about him. Honestly,
No, I
I'm
think
not going to pretend I
scouting,
know
probably
him.
scouting, but
Actually,
that's
go
about it.
ahead.
Yeah, I
He
think we're
played
scouting.
against us, right? Then when
He
I
did, yes,
remember, was he the guy that Bobby preached like for 2 hours
yes,
that Chelsea should go sign him?
yes, yes, yes. We asked. He wasn't our scouting list, so we were scouting him before, and people found out about it when he came obviously to play against us, and then we found out that he's on our scouting list. They're already scouting him, and that's why he came out. Yep. So yeah, we are scouting him, so we're keeping an eye on him. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, let's see anything, nothing. And Chimera, there you go. The PR person of the H place. Nice to see you. Big up, chat. Football is footballing again, and I agree with you. Um, Okay. Bible script was Siaka, South Africa. Nice to see you. Molo Malweni, everyone, all around the world and planet Earth. Greetings to every Chelsea Football Club supporter. And that's our brother from from Madiba land. Nice to see you. Siaka, South Africa. Coach, what was our average age yesterday? I think 22 plus, wasn't it? I think we addressed that actually when the show started because Vince had it on his is it timeline or feed? Let's see. Juice Hall, let's look at him. Bobby didn't know he was going to start, but we knew he was going to start. And but I
Yeah,
didn't know Enzo Fernandez was going to start. Also, in all honesty, he played for 77 minutes. Why didn't he finish the game? One shot. Accurate passes
Jamaica
52 out of
came on for him,
59,
coach. Carney,
88%. Sorry, what were you saying?
Carney came on for him.
Oh, I see. Shot accuracy one, touches 6 to 6, passes into the final third 7. Accurate long balls 1 out of 2, 50%. Yeah, that's poor. Really, a lot. Wow. But he's getting better and better, and I think that's the case. Dante, what do you think? Don't you think he's been improving?
Yeah, he did well. He had a good game. Uh, Again, he was very much involved in the link up play to everything that was happening. He was one of those important players that again and pass to assist again, sort of not quite assisting, but involved in that build up play for the goal. So he played well. He didn't do anything exceptional. He didn't score or assist or anything too flashy, but the link up play was very good. He was spreading the ball around nicely. He he looked solid. He looked, he looked more comfortable. He looked a lot more comfortable in this game. So that's obviously, we said, he came a bit late and stuff. So he's getting to know his teammates. He's, reading the patterns, knowing where they are. He's getting more comfortable with the team. And I can see that, especially the last couple of games, it's a big jump up and much more improved. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thank you so much. We've just that one, so let's start with Nkunku. I want Mykhailo Mudryk to be the last person we look at. He had a good game, and something else we want to talk about, the fact that he celebrated with the manager. That's telling, and that all this while they've been working together, and people
Mhm.
from outside were just spewing some nonsense with regards to his future and all that. Nkunku played for 61 minutes, goals scored one, total shots one. That's 100%. Accurate passes 16 out of 18, 89%. Expected goals 0.79. Expected goals on target 0.90. Anything that's important? XC plus XA, no need. Shot accuracy 100%. Yep. Touches 28% in total. Touches in opposition box a 3. Successful dribbles 0 out of 2 attempts. Yeah. So yesterday wasn't really. I get it. He did put away that penalty nicely, but it wasn't a good game for him overall, Dante.
No, like I
And
said, it
I think
was,
you've talked about that already, but let's hear you. And look at
yeah,
this.
it was
Grand
very
Prix won one
pedestrian.
out of 4 attempts. Go ahead.
Very pedestrian. He's only touched the ball 16 times from what I've seen. He linked up a couple of times really well, but other than that, there wasn't much. It was just a bit of link up play with Felix, and then Felix got it out wide once nicely, but there wasn't much at all. You're playing as the striker, the lone striker. You got to have, you got to shoot. You have got to have some shots on target, or at least shots at goal. So absolutely nothing offensively at all. Besides, obviously, but that's a penalty. That's not the same. So yeah, he was pretty. Yeah, he was missing. He was very much of a pedestrian in that game, and the coach took him off early. So 60th minute is early. So uh
Not that we're resting him for another game, but
no,
it wasn't
exactly.
just
So
in the game.
look, he came off early. Gee came on for him. So yeah, it is what it is. Maybe just one of those, had a day off. It wasn't. Who knows? It is what it is. Still gets he still gets the goal, so he's still on the goal. He's scored in every game he's played. So stats wise, it looks amazing. But yeah, it's probably
Yeah,
his
but
worst
if you
game
pay
so
attention
far
to
this
this
month.
to numbers, so you'd still see that it wasn't his day. He's a
Yes,
good
I think
dribbler.
it's his
For him
worst
to have
game by far.
not
Yes.
completed two dribbles attempted, that's poor. You know. But go ahead with what you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah, the dribbles, but just you're playing up front. You got to shoot. You got to you got to create something. You got to have a shot. You got to be in the box there. And he wasn't anywhere. His positioning was not very good. That's why I use the word pedestrian, because he was in that central area, just sort of moving around, not really making runs. Not really. He was just dropping a little bit deeper to link up, but nothing else. Absolutely nothing else at all after that. So yeah, his poorest game, in my opinion, by far. But yeah, hopefully it was just a day off.
Yeah. And we're gonna pay attention to Maresca's press conference. I don't know if it started already. Maresca doesn't have discipline just like Dante here, so be patient. Let's
Luke
let's
is
see what
talking,
else we
Mr. Late.
have. Yeah. What are you saying, Dante? What do you want to say? We've looked
Nothing.
at the
You won't
Google
say
list.
anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nothing. You're good.
I was going to say, Christopher Nkunku proved yesterday yet again that he's an excellent 10. He has
Felix, you mean? Yeah.
he's a good footballer. But go ahead.
You said Nkunku, you mean Felix, yeah?
Felix, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. It's that time, coach, getting tired, yeah? Getting a bit tired now.
No, I was actually awake all night grading students' assignments, but I'm fine. I slept
Usually when
through
we're
the day.
just under 2 hours in, you start wrong names. Yeah, this is the time when you start getting it a little bit wrong.
No, go
You need to
ahead,
be
Dante.
substituted. Um, Energy's gone. Um, yeah, look, he had a good game. Great link up play with Mudryk and with Neto as well. Look, he had a good game. Yeah, slacked off the last half an hour. Completely started mucking around, walking around, flicking, doing these flicks and stuff. Yeah, I'm surprised Mariska didn't, get him off when he saw that. So, yeah, look, otherwise, the first sort of 60 minutes, 50, 70 minutes, he did very well. Yeah, like I said, good finish. Um, what the thing I did like the most was he didn't take many touches. He had one touch, shot the goal, one touch, shoot. He didn't dribble, he didn't cut it back, he didn't do that. He took his chances quickly and swiftly. The run was really good for the goal again with Mudryk. The link up play, the header that he just uh, passed it on to Mudryk was perfect. And
Hmm.
then he did something nice. So when he was running towards the goal, he checked his run. There was a defender running right next to him, sprinting with him. He checked his run. He slowed down. The defender didn't see that happening, and he lost one of the defender. That's how he lost his defender, and then sprinted back again quickly. And Mudryk was watching all along, head up all along, and perfect pass and perfect finish. So that was a very well taken goal, very good build up, and very well taken goal. Very by the book, perfect.
Yeah, and I like he shoots from outside the box too whenever he gets a chance, and I like that. So he played for 90 minutes, go scored two in total, total shots of four. Accurate passes 44 out of 52, 85%, not bad. Chances created one, expected goals 0.96, expected goals on target 1.47, expected assists 0.10. Yep, XG, we don't need that. We shot accuracy 2 out of 4, 50%. Big chances missed 1. Total touches 16 total touches in opposition box of 5 successful dribbles, none attempted. Passes into the final third 9. Accurate crosses, none attempted. Is that what? Okay. Accurate long balls, 8 out of 10, 80%, not bad. Corners 1, okay. No wonder the cross is attempted. Okay, so 0 out of 1 attempted. Dues 1, 1. Dues lost 2. Grand dues 1, 0 out of 2 attempts. Aerial dues 1, 1 out of 1. This guy is actually good aerially, Dante, don't you think? He's not the biggest, but he's good aerially.
When he wants to, yes. When he wants to jump and yeah, like he did. If he's gonna flick it on or something like that, he jumps up for it. But if he's just gonna be for a header to challenge, he doesn't usually go for it. He just yeah. So
But it'd be correct to argue that Joao Felix is good aerially, in all honesty. That's not the first time I'm seeing him. I've seen enough to know, you could say, to develop the belief, yeah, that he's actually good aerially.
he's good, and I've seen him score headers. So he's good aerially. It's just when he wants to do it only. He doesn't like he's not consistent with it. He doesn't want to always jump up for them. So if he's got a free header or this, he's always puts them away. I've seen him for Barcelona last season score a couple of good headers when. But if he's challenging, most of the time, no, he doesn't go up for them for the headers. So he just plays it a bit smart. Watches when he doesn't want to take on the bigger defenders when he does jump. So yeah, he just I guess he's watches it and he's like, nah, I'm not going to win that. So he just doesn't bother. He'd rather stay down and then maybe win the ball that way. But look, yeah, he had a great game. Yeah, very good game. One of the best players on the field, except for the last half an hour. Like I said, he was slacked off, started walking around, doing flicks, trying to be fancy. I was like, oh, Maresca, just take him off. I'm like, give one of the other young guys a go, like the young kid that was on the bench, that striker. So I'm like, maybe bring him on or something. Or the other midfielder we had Raksaki as well he could have come on and played in that position because yeah, he completely switched off Felix. The last 20 minutes, especially. Oh my God, I haven't seen such a. You think Sterling was bad? You should have watched Felix in the last 20 minutes.
Passenger.
More than a passenger. He could have had a seat, have a coffee. I think, yeah, he was.
Maybe he got tired. Here's what we're gonna do, people. We will complete once we're done talking about Mudryk, then we'll look at overall statistics as versus theirs. Then we go for news hunt and see if something if we could see excerpts, maybe comments from the manager's press. I will address that and then we'll call it a day. Dante's getting tired, not me. I think we answered this one, and Siaka South Africa is saying that not to stay in the past. I wasn't satisfied with the result on Sunday at Chelsea versus Liverpool. We could we should have won the game. Okay. I think I wasn't pained that we lost because we played well enough to win, but we didn't create not we didn't create you can say the measure of volume of chances that we usually create per game because probably we were defensively cautious at the same time. I've changed my profile photo. Okay, John, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, more importantly, and thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well, and I really do mean that. My people advice time. My people advice time. Why don't you just email Dante to advise you? My New York guy is a Manchester United fan. Since we discovered both are Dante, you know what's our guy? Boss.
Boss? Okay, yeah.
Boss, yeah, that's our guy. It's a pigeon English. Since we discovered both our clubs, this guy has been adding meetings each time we play midweek. Um, when I block out my calendar, now meeting, how about yeah? See, work now, work. You have to work to earn money. Bills don't pay themselves. Your boss is your boss. He doesn't give a rat's behind, like Bobby would say, whether Chelsea are playing or not. So sorry. And chances are, if United are playing, he just overload you with work and go watch the game. But your boss remains your boss. When I reach out to him when United is playing, no response. Okay, you see, a game, recognized game. Yeah, endure if that's how you want to see it. But please prioritize your job over watching Chelsea. These guys earn millions per year.
And be careful
Um,
not to lose your job when we play in a couple of weeks, just in case you
yeah,
say
exactly.
something wrong to him.
All right, Mykhailo Mudryk, my boy. I wanted to do a man of the match YouTube shot. I think I should. He was brilliant, and a lot of things. By the way, just a quick announcement. A lot of stuff planned on here. That are YouTube has started allowing 3 minutes YouTube shots. So that's gonna how help us release a lot of videos. And I like doing short videos quite a lot. It has helped the growth of the channel very well, and people like that. Okay, he played 90 minutes, scored one goal, made two assists, total shots. So probably 50%. Accurate passes, 17 out of 17. That's 100%. And I would say not too many of the passes, not a lot of the passes were safer option passes. Would you
Yeah,
agree,
no, it
Dante?
was. Look, it was probably half and half, but
Yeah,
yeah,
around 50, yeah.
yeah, around. So no, look, it was pretty much a perfect game from that perspective.
And I'm gonna come back once I'm done looking at his numbers. I'm gonna come back to you with the question: what do you make of him celebrating with the manager? For me, I've said what how I've said again how I see it, but we'll come back to that in a bit. Expected goals 0.28, expected goals and target 0.87, expected assist 0.38. Let's just go to our attack. Shot accuracy 1 out of 2, 50%, touches 32, touches in opposition box 4, successful dribbles 1 out of 5. He just did the Raheem Sterling there. Passes into the final third 1, accurate crosses 0 out of 1 attempt, offsides 1, dispossessed 0 times. Okay, non-penalty xg 0.28, defense blocks 1, interceptions 1, defensive actions 5, recoveries 2, dribbled pass 1 time, duels 1, 4, duels lost 9, Grant Du's won 3 out of 7. It looks like he doesn't do much defensively. Ariel Du's won 1 out of 3, 33% was fouled twice, fouls committed 3 times. But irrespective of how you see that, I still say he had a good game. Was our best player on the day, and not surprised at all that he won man of the match. Jason Hajan, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, brother, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Dante, let's say you, Mykhailo Mudryk, and not just to talk about, just don't leave it at his performance. I'd like you to talk
Mhm.
about the fact that he celebrated with the manager. How I read that, to me, is simply, it's simple, really. He's been working together with the manager, and people were interpreting what the manager was saying about them, how they deem fit. Some suggesting, yeah, he's gone, that's it, that the manager has had enough. And then some reports did emerge suggesting that definitely Chelsea will look to move him on loan, or maybe sell him. But again, I've always believed in him, and I still believe he can achieve a lot more at Chelsea. Does have it in him, but let's see. Let's get Dante's thought on that one.
Yeah, look, 100%. Maresca took him under his wings. He did say he's going to do that, and he's been saying it in his interviews as well, quite a lot. He's working with him, and looking at the training videos and how that when they're training, he's always instructing him, got his hand around his shoulder, telling him what to do. And one of the points he made that was very important
But
was,
no crossbar challenge.
yeah, no. um, One of the important points that he said that he was working on his game was he to keep his head up at the back post, always have his head up and always look, and that's improved dramatically. I've seen it. You saw that by the assists and the passes he's been making, and to make late runs at the back post to actually get on the score sheet and get some
He
easier
hardly
goals.
does that.
Yeah, and he's been doing the last couple of games. He's been
Yeah,
doing it a lot. So, and that's what he said. Mariska said that's why he's been working with him the most in the interview. He had the interview after the game. Uh, well, today I think not after the game. Sorry, and he was saying that he worked with him very much. Him and his assistants been working with him quite a lot to do that because he never used to really do that. So, yeah, look, exactly. That's the reason you saw him, celebrating with the coach. They got a close bond. He's been working with him a lot, trying to improve him. Not just him; he does that with all the players, but he was just putting a bit more emphasis on Mudryk because he believes in his abilities and his talent. So, look, it's paying off, and I knew it was going to pay off as well. I did say, look, if there's a coach that can get it out of him, it will be Maresca because he micromanages, and the way he manages the players, you can just see, that he's got a great relationship with them, and he really does draw a hard line as well. He's not going to work with them unless they want to work. So he knows that he's not going to waste his time. So he's still a hard coach, but it's a nice balance the way he does it. So like you said, I always believed in it. I think he will come good eventually. So we'll see what
he's
happens.
already come. I mean, it's happening already. Hopefully, he can perform
Look, it's
consistently.
only
Yeah,
yeah. The last couple of games been very impressive. The last couple of games, okay, this game full game, but it is Panathinaikos. Like I said, okay, not the best. He did well when he came on, very well. Of course, he created the goals, and we'll see. We'll see when he gets a bit more game time, a bit of a run. There's still a little bit to see if he can, continue to do that. So, but the signs are good, and yeah, you saw that when that's when you saw. That's why they celebrated together because yeah, he respects the coach that he put the time in him and he improved his game, and that he believed in him. So that's what you want to see.
yeah. And I'm happy he's still here. And I knew that the club. I've always known that the club was never going to send him out on loan. It just doesn't make sense, and probably was never going to sell him right now. Let's look at the overall numbers, and I think we're starting to see comments from the manager's press on Vince's timeline. We'll go see what he said so far, and then we'll call it a day. But let's look at the overall numbers. As versus theirs. Where do we have that? Stats. Let's see. Everything isn't there, but if we go here, I think we'll see a lot more. It's gonna take a while. So let
And
me.
big up to Jay as well. Forgot to say hello.
Yeah, you don't like him, so you didn't say hello to him.
Yeah,
So
like
here we have we have Chelsea finished with 60% ball possession to their 40 expected goals XG 2.42 for us and 1.18 for them. Total shots of 14 for us, 8 for them. Shots on target 9 for us, 3 for them. Big chances 4 for us, 2 for them. Big chances missed 1 for them. Accurate passes, we don't need that. I think that's about it. Anything else here? Let's see. Anything important? Okay. Shots outside the box. We had four. They had four shots inside the box. 10. There's four. Hit the woodwork. No team did. Blocked shot. They blocked four. We blocked two. Shots on target 9. We've seen that. In terms of anything else, passes. Okay, this is important too. Total passes 619. There's 414. Accurate passes 570. 92% pass accuracy. That's fine. Passes in on half. Three. We should say okay. 619 minus 370. That's still that's it. It's still 50% actually nearly. That's 250 on their own half. Wow, opposition half 250. That's a high, so nearly 50%. Accurate long balls 28, 67% for them. Accurate crosses 3, 18%. That's poor. I think that has always been an issue, Dante.
which one was that, coach? Sorry.
Crosses, accurate crosses. We have just 18%. That's poor, really.
It's been a little bit of an issue, but obviously the last couple of weeks has been pretty good. We got the goals from him, but yeah, it's been a bit of an issue. But that's yeah, we don't have that target in that box anyway, so we don't have that. So if a defender touches that, it can be a perfect cross, but if a defender touches it, then um, it's not counted. But we don't have someone competing in the air when those crosses come in. We just don't have a guy there to do that. So a lot of the times I see the crosses coming in and we're trying to play like we've got a target man there, but there's no one there for that. So I don't get it sometimes when we do some of those crosses, like to Jackson, for example, in the Liverpool game. We try to do it to Jackson when he's in between Van Dijk and Kanate. What's he going to do between those two? Nothing. So yeah, we just got to be a bit smarter with that one. Hopefully the coaches, um, you know, working on that one because yeah, and that's why we do see a lot of Sancho. You see Sancho, he wants to cross it, he gets past his player, but then he has to turn back and go backwards. There's no one to cross it into, and the early ball, the time to cross that in is probably a quick early ball across for Jackson. That's probably the best way to do it because Jackson's got he's got that in his game. But the problem is Jackson usually drops deep to link up with the play, so he doesn't get there in time. So that's just another little issue that I've picked up that I've seen. And 100% we need to improve. That's one of the areas that we do need to improve. Either get the cross in really, really quickly. There's
Yeah.
no point. Otherwise, there's no point. We're just not going to get a cross in. And if we do, the defenders are there. It's just Jackson alone against two big defenders all the time. So, yeah, we need to work on that 100%.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Dues won 26 days, 52 grand. Dues won 27%. They won 73% of theirs. Yeah, so probably, I mean, this is you could say attribute them having a higher number on their side in this and Grand Dues won. It's because yeah, we were on them majority
Well,
of the game,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
so
Even
it
even
makes
in this
sense.
game in Nkunku, we put a couple of crosses into Nkunku when he
Yeah,
had three players around him. So
so that
it's like,
yeah, so that
why are
that,
we
that
crossing
makes
the ball to
yeah.
Nkunku in the air? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Aerial duels won 56%. That's 44. Successful dribbles, that's poor from us. That's 69. Um,
Yeah,
that,
the successful
that
dribbles,
doesn't
coach.
look good, really.
That
What did
one,
you say?
even the successful dribbles, the one with Mudryk, you said 1 out of 5, and Neto. So they got past their man. The man didn't. They didn't dribble the man. They were way past them. So it's not counted as a successful dribble. But really, in reality, on the eye test, it's a he got around. He got around the man. But it's not counted unless they engage defensively. So basically in front of each other, and the defender engages the attacker. But Mudryk and Neto were so fast, they got around the men so easily, it's not considered as a successful dribble. But in reality, it is.
Yeah. So it's time to look at comments from the manager's presser. Let's see what we can learn from that, and then we'll call it a day. The first item here, Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson has been involved in. Okay, not that's just news. Has been involved in 13 goals in his last 13 Premier League appearances, 9 goals, 4 assists. He also netted the opener in a 3-2 winner over Newcastle United back in March. He's in good form, but I want him to perform consistently. Eddie Howe has won 2 of his Premier League games against Chelsea in charge of Newcastle United. Only Alan Pardew won 4, has beaten the Blues more in the competition. I think Maresca has proven that the record doesn't really matter really.
No, our ex's record will not matter, that's for sure.
It doesn't. Then Chelsea's last 3 Premier League defeats have come against last season's top 3 sides. 0-5 loss to Arsenal in April, 0-2 loss to Manchester City in August, and 1-2 loss to Liverpool last weekend. Let's see how that one against Newcastle will end. The Blues are unbeaten in 19 games against all the teams. Win 13, drew 6, scoring 54 goals. I don't want to see everything there. Chelsea have lost just one of their 29 Premier League home games against Newcastle United. We won 21 and drew 7. Going down 2-0 in May 2012. Okay, there you go. Enzo
Yeah, at
Maresca.
home
Let's hear what he has
we've
to
always
say.
been very good against Newcastle at home. It's away where we've always struggled to Newcastle.
I
Always
will
struggled.
never forget that. Was it a home game that Papi Cisse just bamboozled Petr Cech?
Yeah. For some reason, they're like one of our bogey teams. They were in the past.
My goodness. But Papi Cisse, I don't know what happened to his career, but go ahead with what you were saying. Let's continue. Let's hear what the manager has to say.
No, just saying that, yeah, they were one of our bogey teams. Even when we had really good teams, every time we went away to Newcastle, we somehow always lose. We never win there. But at home, yeah, at home, no problem, even in the current one. But away, we always struggle there for some reason. It's just, even last season, they absolutely demolished us, if you remember. So,
Yeah, I do remember. Enzo Maresca and Nicholas Jackson. We know very well that he's very important for us. On the ball, he's working fantastic. He's scoring goals, assisting, and linking with his teammates. And off the ball, he's working hard, pressing in the way. I don't want to try to open that even more. Enzo Maresca, as you said, we'll also have Christopher Nkunku there. That is going to help us because the season is very long. We have so many games, and also sometimes the game plan can be different, can be more for a Christo than Nicholas Jackson. So you knew. So he's always known what we've known all the while, Dante. He's just doing his thing.
yeah, I told you, I'm sure he knows, but he just hasn't implemented it yet. So that's something I want to see. I want to see him implement it because, you know, it could, cost us basically some points. So, yeah, I know he knows because I've seen him say it before, but that's why when I told you I'm a little bit disappointed, the only criticism I have of him that he hasn't implemented that
Because
when
because he knew, right?
yeah, he has known, and he said it before in another interview early in the season, and that's why I was like so sure he was going to do it because he said it exactly. But then for some reason, look he backed the players obviously, but he probably shouldn't have, in my personal opinion. He should have, So we'll see if that changes from now. He said it again now, so let's see if it changes again from now.
Yeah, let's see what happens. So we have Mykhailo Mudryk comments we've always known. Yeah, his talent not enough tattoo. I don't think there's anything else from Maresca. Maybe Vince, maybe he doesn't want to show everything. There's this guy that usually you could say he usually releases what's it called, concise or maybe version of Enzo Maresca's presser. So nothing. That's anything else you want to talk about? So before we can call it a day, man. And truly, I'm tired. I have to be honest. No
No,
lies there.
yeah, you started slurring, so we need to call it a day, please.
Oh, before I doze off in front of everyone, if you understand, if you have any questions, I'm not going to read the next
There's a good
question.
question there. You missed a good question in the chat. The last question there.
Yeah, I'm not touching. If you want to go ahead and address it, you go. What sort of question is that?
I have no idea.
But yeah, but that's by the way, people. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for finding the time to be with us. I cannot thank you guys enough. We had let's see, who did we have IB in the chat. Who else was in the chat? Siaka South Africa, AB, and then we had Brianna Yahayu, Chimera, AB. That said hello to you. Mike Neil was also here, and thank you. We'll try and to be Wira was also here, or Wyra, I'm not sure the correct pronunciation. We'll try to stream as often as possible, but the schedule will still remain scanty. I think that's the correct language until around January, but it's not going to be bad. We'll still be streaming. We'll be as consistent as possible. It's not going to be as bad as it was for a few days. And apologies that we haven't been updating you with regards to whether we stream or not. We still do appreciate you, but we were so busy that it wasn't even easy. It wasn't even easy to find time to let you guys know what was going on. But thank you, and I want to appreciate my bro Constantine Dunn. Thank you so much for finding the time to be with me on the panel. Happy with the win, and I cannot thank you guys enough for being with us. Yep, GFC Gavin was also here. With that, we've come to the natural end of this particular edition of the Blue Morning Show. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Take care, guys.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.